Hi guys, this is Aeon, as known as Xiang on Twitch, and this video is Iron Tech Forge Guide, as known as Auto Lab. Okay, right. So here, let me just say to everyone that my guide it's not 100% absolute. Okay, there are different ways of doing it. So what I'm about to show you is how Taiwanese usually do it. Right, I'm sharing my knowledge and teaching you guys how we usually do it and what works. I mean, if you want to prove to me there's another way of doing it, I mean it's fine. It's just there's different way of doing it. Okay. All right. So there's only two bosses in this dungeon. Okay, and this is the first boss. First boss, there are 5 players will be doing the mechanic. Okay. Row 3 consists of 3 players, can be 2 players. Row 1, this translator is row 1. Okay, which is player 6. All right. So I'm doing row 3 first, and I'll show you row 1. Okay. This boss is actually very easy. Okay, let's get to it first. The fifth guy mechanic is the tanker. Right, don't worry, I'll teach you what to do. Okay, so for the mechanic, it's not percentage based, it's time based. Okay, so whenever the boss jumps in the middle, that's when the mechanic will start. I know the game volume is low, I don't want the game volume to overwhelm my voice. Okay, so row 3 player, whenever the boss jump to the center, you will get up and share the lightning buff because the lightning buff will targets towards the furthest player. Okay, and in Taiwan we usually standardize without speaking at all. We gather at 9 o'clock. Okay, see, we didn't even say anything about 9 o'clock or where to gather and stuff. The standard is always at this position, which is 9 o'clock. So when you gather up, you share this buff, right? This buff, when you get this buff, right, it will increase your additional damage, not your usual white and yellow text damage. Okay, it will increase your additional damage when you when you hit the ads. Okay, you need to destroy them ASAP because these 3 robots are healing the boss. It's a rectangle, sorry, triangle. There's only 3 ads. Okay, triangle. Okay, so get the buff, row 3, destroy the ads. That's it. Okay, AoE. So this is row 3. Okay, I'm just showing you row 3 first. Do you see additional damage? That's doing by tons of damage. See, 47k, 47k, 46k. It's the additional damage. Okay, so even if you have this buff, you hit the boss, right? It doesn't do anything. It only affects the ads. So destroy them ASAP because they're healing the boss, right? Okay, so this boss, this is the only time where you can CC. CC or not doesn't really matter. If you CC, you save the guy from getting grabbed, right? The boss will jump the furthest and grab the furthest again. Okay, not very important for the CC. And that's it for row 3. Right, I'm gonna fast forward for the second part of the mechanic. Second part of the mechanic will be player row 1 and the tanker. Okay, if you are not row 1 or the tanker, just stick to the boss when the boss jumps in the middle. Okay, now this is where row 1 and tanker comes into play. See this clip, right? See, the tanker we didn't even ask the tanker to do anything, but the tanker knows, right? It's the standard, like the most common way. Okay, it will be player 6, row 1, and the tanker. So you see the rest of the players just chill in the middle. And that's it for row 3. The mechanics are the same. Rinse and repeat. Okay, so this is row 1. Right, I'm going to show you what row 1 does. Okay, jump in the middle, mechanic start. Row 3 plays over here. See, this case guy, he's not supposed to be row 3. Right, I think he actually moved away because he's not supposed to be there. Okay, see, he moved away. Right, he's not supposed to be there. Somehow the text got confused. Okay, so 3 players, row 3. Okay, after the buff, it's always AoE. After the buff, AoE. After the AoE, there's a time bomb on the tank. 5-second time bomb, right? Don't worry, I'll explain the tank time bomb later, right? There's a tanker clip for it. So they will destroy the ads and the rest will just stick to the boss, right? Jump to the furthest and grab the furthest. So this grab, right, it's not part of the mechanic, but CC if you want. If you don't CC, the grab guy just gonna get damage. No, nothing major. Okay, and then it will be the boss normal attack rotation, right? Let's fast forward. Okay, so for role 1 players, if you are a melee character, I think it's best that you just position yourself outside the furthest if you are unsure of when it starts. Okay, if you are afraid that you won't make it just in time. For range player, be as far as possible, get ready. Right, so over here, I kind of know he's going to jump in the middle already. So I went over to be the furthest. Now here's the thing. From here onwards, right, see the boss jump in the middle? Everybody, except for the role 1 and the tanker, just get up in front with the boss. You can see they'll start moving towards the boss. All these players, except for the tank. See, they move inside, even the range player. See, they move inside. Right? So here comes the role 1's job. Just be the furthest, get the lightning buff, 3 stack, see, 1 stack, 2 stack, 3 stack. Okay, the boss will absorb this later and do tons of damage. Okay, so role 1 player, make sure you are always the furthest during this mechanic, this part of the mechanic. Right? Let the boss jump onto you first. Okay, because the boss will jump 6 times. And on the sixth jump, it's best to let the boss jump on the tank. So you will be the furthest by then. Okay, because the boss will still grab the furthest and try to absorb this buff. If the boss didn't grab you, he didn't absorb this buff, then he will not receive tons of damage. Okay? So here goes. 6th jump, right? First jump. See how the tank move opposite? Right? Okay. So for this jump, right, the boss jump will put a lightning rod on the ground. This lightning rod, AoE, is almost as big as this circle. Right? Just imagine this lightning rod is here and then this circle is over here. So do not stack them. If they explode onto each other for the lightning rod, it's going to be a wipe. So what do? Both you and the tank move clockwise together so that you guys are always opposite each other. Right? First jump, second jump, third jump, fourth jump, fifth jump, and then the last jump, there's only 5 lightning rod. So the last jump will be towards the tanker. Okay? And then you will still be the furthest. Right? So role 1 player, do not be anxious to go and DPS the boss. Just hold on. Even if you are a melee player. Just hold. And by the way, one more thing. This explosion, right? This lightning rod explosion will insta-kill you if you have a lightning buff. So make sure you don't stay inside as well. Okay? Just grab me, absorb this buff, watch the HP, tons of damage. And that's it for role 1. Easy? Yes, this boss is actually very easy. Right? So here comes a tanker clip. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to avoid the time bomb and avoid killing your teammates. Okay? So this is mechanic, right? Role 3 players. AoE, party protection. Right? After the AoE, that is when he will drop the time bomb onto the tank, which is the aggro holder. Okay? So tanker, be very careful. You are the only one who can see the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? So it's gonna jump the furthest after the bomb, right? Keep the bomb. It's gonna jump the furthest. Okay? So when he jumps the furthest, now he will grab the furthest. So you might want to have a range player, even if you didn't speak, like who's gonna pull the furthest. Range player, help out your tank. Because the tank for the time bomb, right, will insta-kill players with lightning buff as well. So it's best that the tanker just move away, right, from every single player. But you can't be too far because the boss will grab you and explode everybody around here, which is what happened on this clip. So range player, help out your tank. Okay, don't let your tank get grabbed over here. Okay, this grab is nothing. There's no mechanic for this, right? As you can see, one of our range player forgot about this, and then the boss actually grabbed the tank and watch the HP for player 1, player 3, player 4, and player 6. We just die. See? Because the bomb exploded on us and the boss grabbed the tank. Okay? So tanker, be careful. And that's it for this boss. It's actually quite easy. And then the mechanic will just repeat. Same thing over and over again. Okay? So now, boss 2. So boss 2, before we go on, you guys might want to read my comment. I'm going to pin it. Right? Before you guys get confused. Alright? When I first learned this dungeon, it's almost as confusing as when you first learn Tomb. You know, the 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3 and the marker, you know, thingy. Right? Okay. Let's get into it. So, this number, okay, for this boss, we'll just look at this 5 number. This 5 number, there's no row, there's no nothing. It's player's number. Okay? First part, player 1 and 3. Second part, player 4 and 6. Third part, player 5 alone. Okay? And if you read my comment, you will know that the learning bar was shared between 1, 3, second part, 4, 6, and then 5. Okay? And this dungeon, guys, this dungeon, these 2 bosses, they love to jump the furthest and target the furthest. You know what that means? So if you don't position yourself, especially ranged player, you are the most easiest to actually mess up because the boss will always jump the furthest and then target the furthest. So when the boss jumped the furthest, the range. Now who's the furthest? The melee player became the furthest. Unless melee player go back right into the boss. Okay? So here comes the first part. Right? Mechanic, first part, player 1 and 3. See, we're gonna share. So it's gonna bounce on me first, and then player 1, and then me back. So I have yellow and he has blue. Do remember that this lightning bar, right, will always bounce 3 times. Even if you're alone, right, then it will bounce 3 times on you. Okay, if you have no buff, 0. It bounced 3 times on you. It will go from red, blue, yellow, then red. Just like the shield. Blue, yellow, and red. So if you're on yellow, okay, if you're on yellow, it will not go off. If you're yellow and bounce 3 times on you, it will be, since you're on yellow, right, the first one would be red, blue, then yellow back. Okay? Right, so let's go into it. That's it for the first part. So first part is over. Now we move on to the shield part. Okay? What is the first shield? Blue, yellow, then red. Okay? So for the shield part, okay, right here, only the correct color buff can destroy the shield. If those without the correct color buff hits the boss, right, okay, you will actually reflect the damage. If you do 1 million damage, that 1 million is going to reflect onto you. So just stop whatever you're doing and let the correct color player destroy the shield. Same goes for the ad. If you try and hit the ad with the wrong color or without the color, it's going to reflect the damage. Shield, tanker, has a blue buff, right? So he destroy it. After the shield, AoE. After the AoE, this is when you can CC. If you don't CC, it's not that important. He's just going to pull everyone in and then do a AoE. Right? If you CC, you can grab it. Not very important. Okay? CC, grab, right? Not very important. So let's move on to the second part. Right? Okay. So this is where I slow down the clip because second part and third part happens really fast. You have a very small window to reposition yourself for player 4, 6 and player 5. Okay? Happens very fast. So right now it's going to jump the furthest, which is player 2, because you can see there's only 5 players showing the color buff, and we designated player 2 to always be the furthest to let the boss jump. Okay? See? Jump, player 2, and then this is not my part anymore, right? So if it's not your part, go back to the boss ASAP. Okay? Don't mess up the entire jumping the furthest and target the furthest. Okay? So now it's gonna lightning buff towards player 4 and 6. Okay? So you can see they would come back to the boss ASAP. If not, the window is very small. And then the third part of the color buff will happen really, really fast. Okay? See? You come back. And then the boss will fire AoE. And then the lightning buff already. It happens really, really fast. When this dungeon came onto Taiwan, right? The second and the third part always messed up for everyone almost every time because we got no experience and our movement is quite slow and stuff, you know. So make sure you remember this. Right, I'm gonna show you guys again. Okay, phase shift. This is when it starts the lightning buff. Right, player 4 and 6, 1 AoE towards the furthest as well, and then the lightning buff towards the furthest. Okay, so now every single player has as in our party have one blue, one yellow, one blue, one yellow, and one red. Okay, so we are set. Okay, we are set for the mechanic. Right? So you will need to have the correct color to unlock the ads. I'm sorry, I keep speaking wrongly. I'm sorry about that. So if you are blue, you come over here, you will just get knocked back and knocked back and knocked back and knocked back. You will not even be able to hit this. Okay? So yellow kill yellow, blue kill blue, red kill red. Okay? So now here's an extra tip. During the ad spawn is when the second shield will spawn as well. What is the second shield? Yellow. Okay, we have 2 yellow. So one of us can hit the ads and one of us can destroy the shield. Okay? So over here, I saw player 4 going to the ads. So I wanted to go back to the boss so I can destroy the shield, yellow shield. If not, the boss will absorb the shield, get stronger, and if the boss absorb 3 shield and reach white. Okay? Over here. So I saw him coming over. I wanted to go back. And then I saw him moving away. So I thought, he's gonna stick to the boss and destroy the shield. So I'm gonna destroy the ad. Okay? So I stick to the ad. Right? And all of a sudden, I see him coming back. But from here onwards, I cannot move away because the ad's aggro is on me already. Okay? If you move away when the ad's aggro is on you, the ads will just keep firing an AoE. AoE and AoE and AoE. So if you stick to the boss and the tank's on the boss, then the tank's gonna have a hard time. Right? So I can't move away. So right now there's no one on the boss to remove the shield. See the yellow shield? So over here, right, the moment the shield spawn, right now the tank cannot do anything. The tank's on blue, remember? So the tank's gonna just start dancing with the boss, doing his cha-cha and stuff. Right? So I actually thought, player 4 would go over and destroy the shield. So in the end, the boss absorbed the shield and got stronger. Okay? So here I will explain different color ads, different attack pattern. On the blue ad, the blue ad basically copy the boss attack. The one semicircle attack, one full circle, and a larger circle attack for the blue ad. For the yellow ad will fire 4 projectiles on random players. Okay, you can use your smoke screen, divine veil, and pedal storm. It hurts, okay? It hurts. So you might wanna be careful for this, right? And then for the red one, there's no clip for the red one because I didn't get the red buff. So for the red ad, it's the most dangerous ad. Okay, so if you are red buff, you need to CC the ad. Okay, half HP into the ad. The ad will actually do a major AoE that pulls everyone together, including tank and everybody, just everybody. So imagine if you pull everybody, the boss, if you are the aggro holder, if you're too far away from the boss will keep firing projectile. What projectile? This projectile. It's gonna hurt a lot on 4 random players. Okay? And then the ads will keep firing AoE, AoE, and then this yellow ad will also fire the projectile. So a total of 8 projectiles and AoE. Very dangerous. So red buff guy, watch it. Once the CC bar activate, just CC. Okay, you can see it actually. Here, let me show you. It's something like this. See? When it activates, just CC. And you'll be fine. Okay, so for the yellow ad, you can CC and then it will stop him from shooting projectile. Okay, so get the buff, kill your ads, right? So over here, I died because I didn't iframe properly, but it's a planned one. Okay, it's a planned one. So when the ads explode, okay, when the ads explode, you will receive a shield buff that protects you from Havoc attack. What is a Havoc attack? It's from the boss. I'll show you guys later. Okay, so when the ads explode, whole map AoE. Be careful. Okay, FM. This is where and destroyer. FM and destroyer. This is where your iframe comes into play. The most powerful iframe. Protect your party member. Right? As you can see, somehow it didn't use it. Only player 6 has it. Right? And then I died. So if you die without the ads explosion buff, okay, you are not protected from the Havoc attack. And if you can see here, absorb his shield becomes stronger. Why? Because the yellow shield, nobody destroyed the yellow shield. Okay? So they actually got me up. So now I don't have the shield explosion buff. Okay? So I'm gonna die to Havoc attack. Look at this. So same thing goes. If you don't destroy the ads before the Havoc attack, and then the Havoc attack will just destroy, will just wipe the entire party. Because when the ads explode, you will get a shield protection from the Havoc attack. Okay? So during this Havoc attack, right, every player will get a huge DPS buff, like really a lot. Okay? From my experience, this is the highest damage buff in every single dungeon. Okay? So after the Havoc attack and the wave attack, this wave attack, right? Let me show you. Right, wave attack. You can just jump for this wave attack or iframe if you want to. Right? So after the wave attack, the boss will shoot 3 AoE that will stay on the ground on the furthest player. 3 different furthest player. We got 2 range. So 2 AoE will be on them first, and then the last AoE will be on one of the melee player. Right? 1, 2, and then 3 over here. Right? So be careful. It hurts a lot, okay? So after this 3 AoE, the boss will do one or another attack. One attack is this incoming 5 hits AoE. Next is a charge attack. 5 random hit on 5 random single hit on 5 random players. That charge attack is actually not very scary, but in fact this is very scary because every player, you know, they might use their party protection during the ad explosion. That's one of the things that wipe a lot in Taiwan as well, right? So this is the most dangerous one. Party iframe. After this, that's one set done. That's one first set of the mechanic done. When I say first set, is the ad spawn, right? Okay, so here I show you the Havoc attack buff. A lot of damage. Look at this, my heart step. With blue buff, Soben, I'm doing 450k, right? Without the Havoc attack, usually my hits is around 150k. Okay, so go back to the original clip, right? Remember this number? Okay. So what shield passed already? Blue and yellow. So what is the next shield? Red, right? And then we know there's a blue ad, okay? And we know there's 2 more red ad. So how should you share this thingy? So this number is actually quite simple. Just move backwards, right? For every single player, just move backwards, right? So it will be player 5 first. So he will get the red buff and destroy the red shield, because the next shield is a red shield. Okay, just move backwards. Right? Jump the furthest. See, everybody just go back in. Right? Everybody will just go back in, because we don't want to fuck up being the furthest. Right? And then player 5 has the red buff, so he can destroy the shield. So we know that's 2 red. So how should you range? You need to adapt, right? You need to adapt. So it will be player 5, and then it will be player 6 or player 4. and then it will be player 1 and 3 to share the lightning buff. If you don't have enough, then we should kill him, and then you enter the second set of the ads. Okay, this is for second set, right? So if it's player 1, player 5 red, player 6 red, 6 or blue, either one. Okay, 6 red, we got 2 reds already to destroy the red ad, right? And then we have a blue for this. Then we have an extra yellow, right? The yellow don't have to do anything. Okay, so that's actually it for the boss tree mechanic, right? So here I'm going to show you the red shield. Right, the funny thing about this clip is that the red shield spawned at 100k of its HP. So the rest of our party don't know whether we should hit it or we should not hit it. But then again, remember, only player 5 can hit it. If we hit it, we will die. Okay, see the red shield? So everybody just stop. Only player 5 can kill it right now. And that's it. That's actually it for the entire mechanic. Quite easy, right? Just remember, you need to adapt this player number accordingly. Okay, for the first set, you can go for 2 players, 1 player, no problem. Okay, 2 players, 1 player, no problem. 2 blue, 2 yellow, 1 red, guaranteed. The second set, you want to go backwards. Okay, you want to go backwards. So if there's 2 red, right, it will be red, 1 player, and then 1 blue and 1 yellow. If it's red, yellow, and blue, then this number will be just fine. Okay, this number will be just fine. Okay, be just fine. So I hope you guys enjoy and understand what I've taught you. Right, and sorry if you can't understand my accent. So that's it. If you got any question, right? I'm not big on YouTube, right? I prefer to stream. So if you got any question, catch me live, right? There's a link on the video description to my Twitch page, and you guys can feel free to ask me a question over there, right? So that's it for the dungeon boss guide. I hope you guys like it, and peace out.